Welcome everybody to Cup with Gup on this Monday, November 15th. Hopefully a beautiful Monday here in Oklahoma. Absolutely gorgeous outside after a little bit of a cool spell last week. Finally starting to feel a little bit better, getting over the sickness that we had around here last week. Ready to go for a big game tonight. Final 2021-2022 PGA Event of the season, of the year, this year, before we take a little break and then head to Hawaii when January comes around. Great week to join us. Come check our PGA product, tools, live cut sweat, live leaderboards, all that stuff. You can check it out for free. All the NFL, college football, NBA is ramping up. Next week, Turkey Day, we'll have that covered. I'll probably do a special pod just for that. May see if Ryan wants to jump on with me, break down that slate. I'll have all that covered for their premium members as well. Hopefully you guys have safe travels if you are going to see your family this year. And then we'll roll in, start hitting bowl games, playoffs, and then we'll be right back. And before we know it, we'll have kicking off PGA in Hawaii, and then NASCAR right around the corner with Daytona. Should be a big event. Ryan absolutely crushed NASCAR this year. Looking forward to next year. Bigger and better is our theme for 2022 with the NASCAR and all our products. We got a lot of things coming down the stretch that I think you guys will like. Really looking forward to it. UFC, some big cards coming up for that as well. So check us out. It's free trial. So use the code CUP. You get 20% off. Includes a 7-day free trial, so you can check out our PGA product and everything this week for free. And if you don't want to stick around, you can cancel and you never get charged. Rate and review us on iTunes. Gave away some Millie Maker tickets last week for that. We'll be doing some big giveaways as we head towards bowl season and playoffs as well. That always helps. Please do it if you have not. Like and subscribe to us on YouTube. In the comment section of this video, tell me your favorite captain tonight, not named Cooper Kupp. We all know he will probably be the highest owned. So who do you like outside of Mr. Kupp? Underdog right now. Use the code GUP. Link is in the description. Click it. You can get up to $100 free from them when you deposit up to $100. So dollar for dollar match with the code GUP. All sport pick'em parlays. You can win up to 20x your money. Mix and match sports, which I really like. We can start building our bankroll for best balls that will come in May. My 3 favorite plays tonight in NFL. You can probably go check out the NBA stuff and mix and match if you want on their over-unders. I like Stafford over 24.5 completions, Henderson over 89.5 total yards, and Higbee over 44.5 yards. That 3-way parlay pays 6x alone. If you want to add some basketball or anything else they have on there, you can certainly do that and mix and match it up. Those are the ones I like tonight. Use the code GUP. Get up to $100 free when you deposit up to $100. Early lines that stick out to me for Week 11 NFL. Certainly going to try to make it through the pod without coughing. Been doing a lot better as of in the last 24 hours or so. I like Colts +7 on the Bills. A little bit maybe reactionary there to the Bills dominating last week. They look good, but they're a little bit Jekyll and Hyde. I think Colts are playing good football. They need a big win like this. It's one I got my eye on early, especially. I could see that line getting steamed up. If I get 7.5 there, I may have to take the Colts. Panthers -3.5 on the Washington football team. Probably have to see what's going to go on with Cam and how they're going to handle that whole situation. Obviously got a big spark yesterday. But, I mean, the Cardinals didn't have Kyler or Hopkins, so not going to get too overly concerned there or hyped up on it, but they did look better. McCaffrey looked healthy. This could be a good game. Washington coming off the huge win against the Buccaneers. You know, that's a spot there that I think I may like the Panthers. Just kind of have to see what they think will happen with Cam as we head into the week. I assume he'll probably start. Is that a good thing, bad thing? He obviously sparked from yesterday, but that's one I'm keeping my eyes on. Cardinals -2.5 at the Seahawks. Seahawks did not look good in Russ's return. First time shutout ever in his career. Got to assume Kyler and Hopkins were saved for multiple reasons, probably yesterday, but one would get him healthy, get this divisional game versus Seahawks and go try to win that football game. Good bounce back spot for the Cardinals. I like that line right now, -2.5. And last one I got my eyes on, Chargers -4 at the Steelers. Steelers just don't look good right now. Obviously, Big Ben had to miss last minute. I'm not sure if he'll be eligible to come back or not. We keep an eye on that, but I do like the Chargers there. Bounce back situation after they kind of lay a dud yesterday. But those are 4 games I'm keeping my eye on as we start the week. As I mentioned, we got Rams -3.5 against the 49ers tonight. Should be another good game. Yesterday was kind of a day of almost for me. Kicking myself because last week on this very show, one of the first guys I liked was Kokrak, 50-1, and ended up only playing a first round leaner, did not put him in the outright. So that was a little bit of a bummer. Was up as high as 4th in the big $5 this week. With like 8 holes left. And then Wolf, Scheffler, and List were my 3 big ones up there. Just absolutely did not finish well. Last night, Showdown was in second in the big, $1.2 million pot with one drive with Chiefs before their last drive, which ended up being the touchdown to Pringle, and that kind of dropped me. Not a horrible loss or anything like that, but man, when you're sitting up there, it was a chop at second, but still, it was going to be a nice 5-figure payday. The Pringle touchdown got me there. So it was a lot of sweat yesterday, but nothing really much came through, so I'm looking forward to tonight. Over-under is 50.5. Implied score is Rams 27, 49ers 23.5. Robert Woods is out. JaMychal Hasty's out. Mohamed Sanu is out. Ben Skroenoke is questionable, late ad. If you're wondering why we even care about him, he is slated to probably be the starter with Robert Woods out. I know a lot of people think OBJ is probably just going to slide in there, but they're not. They don't play the same position, so that's not exactly how that'll work. Even if OBJ is up to, it's not going to roll out Cooper Kupp, Van Jefferson, and OBJ. I mean, that's just Ben was a great pass blocker in college also, so which was one of Woods' great attributes. So I think he'll play some. If he is all good to go, he's probably gonna need massive chalk tonight, so we'll have to keep an eye on that because he's gonna be $200. He'll probably be utilized in that kind of role that I was talking about. I don't know how many targets he sees, so it may be good chalk to just be light on or fade just because of the way the builds will open up differently compared to everybody else. My prediction is Rams 31, 49ers 20. I'm a little nervous about this game just because, everything seems to be going towards you think the Rams should be favored by more and probably win this. Money's coming in on the Rams. Line's still creeping down towards 3. But I just can't. I have a hard time trusting Jimmy G. So I can see the Rams, especially coming off, kind of a bad performance for them. I see the Rams showing up, playing a great game, really kind of dominating both sides of the ball. 49ers probably aren't going to be able to run very well against the Rams in general. The 49ers defense is banged up and they're not that great to begin with. I think the Rams should be able to do what they want running and passing. So really the only way I think 49ers can kind of stay, I don't see this being a 20-17 type game. I think Jimmy G would have to have a great game and be able to score, and I have trouble seeing it. But we still got a few hours to dig through that. I mentioned the Skroenoke. He kind of a pivotal in the way that if he plays and how we want to build around that, because a lot of people are going to go, Stafford or Kupp and captain, probably put Van Jefferson in, and then maybe even him, because he saves you so much, and then run it back with, a couple 49er guys, whether it be Kittle, Debo, or maybe kicker in there. That's going to be pretty popular that way. So we want to try to get around that a little bit. Jeff Wilson was back last week. Didn't see much work. You got to think he's a little more healthy this week. Plus Hasty's out. So I can see him getting a little bit more work at $1,800 tonight. Definitely someone I keep my eye on, at least, MME build type stuff. I like Stafford. I think Kupp will be the number 1 owned captain tonight. Maybe not by much, but I think he will. And so maybe we get a little leverage on Stafford. He's a little bit cheaper. That's one way to maybe be a little bit different. I like Henderson. I mean, I think the Rams should be able to run the football on the 49ers tonight. Got a little banged up last week, but he came back in the game. I think he's fine. He certainly opens up some savings there. Kittle finally looked like somewhat of the old Kittle last week. A little healthier. I do think Debo will be a popular 49er. So maybe if you want to do like a 5-1 Rams and just do a 49ers captain, maybe Kittle's the way to be a little different. You can still go Kittle and Debo in the same lineup there, or Kittle and Mitchell if you want. These running backs, so I don't know how much I trust them to have big games. You got to think they're going to get involved in the passing game if you really think they pay off or get those touchdowns, right? That'll always help. Van Jefferson could be a little way to get different. I think he'll be a little popular as the day goes along. $8,100 at captain. You know, a lot of people though, especially if they play Ben for $200, they're not going to need that saving. So I don't see him being over 5, 6, 7% at captain. So again, he's not stepping in there for Woods, although you would think his target share should be good. OBJ, obviously on the slate, but he was priced somewhat right. So that was good because it lets you, like, I don't know how much he'll see. And yeah, he could get in there and bust one and you know, turn it out. But for his limited potential plays that they said he'll see, the $7,400 makes it real risky to play him tonight. You know, but I do think Van Jefferson could have a really good game, you know, and at that price, you can stack wherever you want after that, you know, get Kupp, Stafford, and then decide where you want to go. Kittle, Henderson, you know, maybe some kickers in there, maybe even Ayuk, who's starting to see more and more. Now you got Sanu out. I still think he's probably option 3 at best behind Debo and Kittle. So there's ways to get different there. Maybe you put Jimmy G in there. Not as high on him tonight. I'll probably be light on him compared to the field. I could see a slow start for them, right? You know, Rams get up big quick and all of a sudden they go ahead and let Lance come in and get some snaps. So I don't trust that much. I'd rather just get some of the weapons as one-offs. Higbee's a guy I actually like. I think I'll be higher on him than most. You know, especially I'll take, you know, he's a guy I could flirt with at captain. I don't know if he has that big ceiling game, but he's certainly a guy I like at flex. I think the kickers are in play. Mentioned Wilson. Probably keep an eye on the inactives because we want to see which running backs, you know, between Sermon, Wilson. I mean, I think they'll all be active this week because of Hasty being out, but definitely want to, you know, watch that. And you're looking for punts there when you're looking at those kind of guys. Someone to get in there and maybe get, you know, a sneak a goal line touchdown. Wilson could easily do that. $1,200 makes him playable for that kind of scenario. Beckham, if you play him, I mean, it's risky. I don't think he'll actually be that high owned because most people, I mean, we're a lot smarter in community in general. And that now, if they'd have thrown him in there like $1,100 or something like that, yeah, people would have took a chance. But $7,400, you really got to expect him to do well. So I'm actually glad they did that. Michelle, it looks like he's getting more involved, but when you go back and look at the game script and flow, and 2 games ago they were really up high, or they were up a lot, and I think that's why he got in. I don't think he's like stealing stuff away from Henderson. I just think he's getting, you know, the game script going his way. I still think Henderson's RB1 for sure. 5,000 is a little bit pricey for me. I could see it. I mean, you could run it. You could even run 2 running backs if you wanted to. Not as high on the D's tonight. Certainly probably not 49ers much, but I do like the Rams D if you want to go there. They're high. They're pricey too. If you think some kind of big smash, you're still going to need some kind of, you know, pick 6, something like that to work your way. Ushchek isn't a guy that I get real big on anytime, especially now they're fully healthy with Kettle, Ayuk, Samuel. You know, a name probably to keep an eye on would be Trent Sherfield. A lot of high expectations for a while. He had a good camp. He should get some run with Sanu being out. He's $200, so he could actually be a good pivot in that $200 spot. If everybody starts going to this to Ben at $200, maybe you put some Trent in there at $200, and even if he gets a 0 or something, you know, the pivot there and still being able to get similar builds as everybody else, but you're a different $200 play. He may catch 1 touchdown, you know, and that pay it off massively. But you know, he's one to keep an eye on. Make sure he's active. I would assume he would be with Sanu out. But he's a guy that I'd keep my eye on. I'm not saying I won't play Ben tonight. at $200. But certainly if you do, you want to try to be a little bit different in your builds there, because a lot of people are going to pay down there so they can jam, more studs up top. Monkey Knife Fight plays for me tonight. Use the code GUPS. Get that same dollar for dollar match up to $100. Link is in the description. I have a more or less 5X, pays out 5X our money tonight. Like Stafford over 280.5, Jimmy G under 245.5, and Cooper Kupp over 7.5 catches. Go get on that right now. Let's win 5X our money there. I'll have my college football and other NFL plays later in the week, and then my PGA plays on Wednesday. Speaking of PGA, we head to the RSM Classic at Sea Island Resort. 2-course setup, so they have enough time to get all the rounds in. Seaside and Plantation courses. Seaside, they'll play 3 times. Plantation, they will play either Thursday or Friday. They rotate those 2 days, make the cut, and then play Seaside on the weekend. Won't have stats for Plantation, but we will for Seaside. Nice event to end the season off on. Certainly ready for it. You don't ever. I mean, it's just a grind right now. You're week 11 of NFL, week 12 of college football. PGA's been going on virtually since the reboot from the COVID on last June. So it'll be nice to take a break, reset, work on some things, get some things updated for next year. Should have a big 2022. So excited for the tournament. I think it'll be a good one. Pretty decent field. Up top, we got Scheffler 14-1, Webb 14-1, Cam Smith 16-1, Oosthuizen 25-1, Carners 28, Harris English 28, and Henley 28. Those are all the ones under 30-1 or better. You'll see a lot of the Seaside Mafia talks here. A lot of these golfers, this is their home course. Several of them live in the area. And some of those, it's valid. I mean, those guys play these courses well. Right off the top, I don't see a lot way up here. I go maybe Connors at 28. This is all just raw. This is where I loved Coke Rack last week, 50-1. I didn't bet it. That was dumb on my part. Had him first round leader and had him in plenty of DK lineups. Just didn't get the bet in. This on my ends. I do like Neiman 33-1, Mito 50-1, Keith Mitchell 80-1, Alex Smalley 100-1, Kazire 125-1, and then Fratelli, who showed us a little bit of flash last week, 125-1 as well. And there's some others. I really like some dart. Ramey's 125-1, Piercy 125. There's some longer shots here. Davis Riley, played him a lot, 150. Pre going into all the deep dive and getting all the rankings and stuff that I'll do later on this afternoon. It could be a good week for a decent sized long shot to hit, I think. So looking forward to it. I think it'll be a great tournament. I'll be back tomorrow morning for the Smash Factor. And then tomorrow afternoon, I'll do Cup with Gup, where we talk power rankings, waiver wire, and then deep dive into the RSM Classic from a Draftkings perspective. Hope you guys have a blessed Monday evening. Good luck tonight on Showdown, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks. Have a good night.